I'm glad they got us facing us. They got them facing us tonight. I like that. Definitely. He talking about Tulare.
Oh, yeah.
He talking about Cookie Ross.
We all need to bang up and go over there.
And the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
And the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
6 gotta go.
We just need to just
Hey,
all
let's,
get together and just march down every ward, pick a name.
no, the whole horseshoe gotta go.
Yeah,
Except,
I'm with it.
except 2 and 4.
Yeah, I'm with it.
The rest goes and go.
I'm with it. And I'm with forming a ward-wide coalition
Oh, yeah.
to let them know Harvey may be divided by ward.
Yeah.
But the people got a understanding between one another of what we want.
Good point.
Anything less is insane.
That's right.
So the minutes, y'all.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. And lightning strikes. The power goes out and we go home.
And you know this right. This is cold in here. You
For a
know
change.
It be hot.
For a change.
And that's how you I'm feeling good. You know what? I'm done.
Oh my God. That cracks me up so bad. Hey, Diana. Good evening. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing? Good evening. How are you?
Hey, hey, how we all doing?
Hey, they got some good stuff out there.
Hey, hey. Going.
Huh?
They got some good stuff.
I thought you wasn't here. I thought you was telling me. I'm just glad they changed the dice so they all looking at us.
I was gonna look at one over here, you know, I think that's the free dog stuff
Yeah.
that was donated, right?
I might grab a bag myself. Might be my dinner tonight.
You got, oh, okay, I was gonna say, I got a few extras. I meant to call you, but I
You guys realize you got to be a choir all together. You know that, right? You look too good not to have be singing out here.
Well, my great uncle owned Wasso. Have you ever been shopping there? Oh, I
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call July 31st, July 30, 2026 council meeting. Today, as you can see, we have a lot of activity, a lot of things happening tonight. Everyone will have the opportunity to be signed in, will have an opportunity to speak. I am anticipating this meeting to be a little bit longer, but I'm also anticipating it to be extremely informative. So I would like to call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Alderperson Mosa? Present. Alderperson Chapman?
Present.
Alderperson Smith?
Present.
Alderperson King?
Present.
Alderperson Randall L? Alderperson Rogers?
Present.
Mayor Galinsky?
Present. ministers in the room? Mr. Smith? Would you care to, thank you.
Church, God, we honor you for this day. We honor you for the grace and for the mercy. And now, God, for the assembly of your people. While we serve in governmental capacities and community capacities, we are your people. And so we submit to your sovereign authority. We ask now your blessing upon this gathering, these leaders who serve in this community. We pray your blessing now upon this gathering of this meeting, that it will be done, as your word says, decently and in order, with the spirit of community, collaboration, and most of all, God, with concern for the citizens of this great city. We honor you, we bless you, and we thank you. In the name of our risen Christ, amen. Amen.
So, there are some amendments I would like to make to the agenda. First, with the presentation, we have several presentations, a few of them that did not get listed on here. I would like to include Mr. Williams to give a quick presentation on the water and garbage fee increase. I would like the American Red Cross, Ms. Clinton, to have an opportunity to give a presentation. And I would like Crystal Richardson to give a presentation on an opportunity regarding the lead pipes. May I have a motion to amend the agenda?
I make a motion to amend the agenda.
So moved.
Thank you.
Alderperson Arambula?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Key?
Yes.
Alderperson Randall? Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Thank you. The first presentation is to give the oath of office to our new interim police chief. I'm going to ask everyone to please shut off all their phones, media device, and shoot practice. Shut up. Okay, thank you. Now, the reason why he is called the interim or the acting is because, as many of you know, I am here short term. As I said, I would be your mayor, but I am not seeking re-election. With that being said, I don't think it's fair for anyone, for me to put in people in authority without having the new mayor's approval that is coming on April 2027 or May. With that being said, we still needed a new chief. So it is my honor, and Madam Clerk, do you have to swear in as the new interim chief of police, Mr. Dale Mitchell. And a chief of police in Universal Park. So we are very fortunate to get this man that has a wealth of knowledge and has already implemented several new public law procedures within the police department. So thank you very much.
When I read this over, raise your right hand and please repeat after me. I,
I,
state your name,
Dale Mitchell,
Well, I'm sorry, you know what, I just remembered something. Is your family here?
yes.
Can you please have them stand with you? And if the chief of police in our surrounding communities would like to join us,
Come on,
come on down.
Come on, my wife is here, my daughter's here, my mom's here, my brother is here.
This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Baby sister's here.
We go in the cops district, walk everybody down, and have to take care of this kind of thing.
I am so sorry. I'm just really, this is the first experience, so I'm excited.
I, Dale Mitchell,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Chief of Police
of the office of Chief of Police
in the city of Harvey,
in the city of Harvey,
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's my mom. Thank you. Good night, morning.
Because they love you.
Speech, speech.
Thank you all thank you for having me, and thank you, Mayor Jaworski, for having the faith in me, to appoint me to this position. I wasn't prepared to say anything, but I wing it. But everybody tells I need to, shut my mouth anyway, so I think I can get it done. Harvey is one of those towns that's a linchpin to the South Zone. Harvey has a great history that goes a long way back, and a lot of great people came from Harvey, including your police department. Many of those up here that are chiefs of police and deputy chiefs of police got their start here with the Harvey Police Department in the city of Harvey. And so I would, want to do them proud by doing the best job I can, the best of my ability. I promise you that I'm going to give you 110%. I've done that in every job I had. This is my 34th year in law enforcement. Very proud to be a police officer. I come from a law enforcement family. My mom did 31 years as Cook County adult probation officer. My wife's a police officer, 32 years. Brother-in-law, retired, looking good, 34 years of law enforcement as chief of police. My nephew, where's he at? Where's the big dude? Nephew right there, sergeant of police, my best friends and colleagues. And so I just want you to know that what comes with me also comes with support of our neighboring towns and our law enforcement family. And we're going to bring all our forces and marshal all our resources to help the citizens of the city of Harvey. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate your support.
He can fit in a bottle.
Now, chiefs throughout the surrounding community, for those who came through Harvey and others, would you like the mic and say when you were employed here and the experience? All right, maybe
hear from
My
everybody.
name is Roy Wills. I'm the police chief in Phoenix. I worked for Harvey for 34 years. 31 years on the police department and 3 years as a dispatcher. My experience here is that Harvey is home. I come to Harvey every day going to Phoenix, and I'll never forget Harvey. So Harvey is always going to be true to my heart, and pray for everyone that Harvey become a big and a better city.
My name is Gregory Thomas. I started here in 2003 as a looking officer. Served here 20 years. I had the opportunity once to serve here as a deputy chief and chief as well, in the city of Harvey. Again, I'm like Chief Wells, my heart is here. I'm so happy to see Chief Mitchell take the reins of this department. I'd like to still Harvey work for life. I'm currently the chief of police in the village of Linwood.
All right.
My name is Terrence Boone. I too cut my teeth right here in Harvey. Still got the scars to prove it. Started in '95, left in 2003. I'm currently the deputy chief of Metro Transit, which is the fourth largest police department in the state. So when we say our brothers, we got our brothers back. We got our brothers back.
My name is Derek Blassingame. Grew up in Harvey. This is my whole life in Harvey. Went to Minneapolis for a little while, came back and got my dream job working in the town that I grew up in. I was here 3 years, moved on to the village of Olympia Fields, where I'm currently the police chief. And like everybody else, Harvey's always home. So whatever you need, we got you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Malcolm White. I too, of course, started here in the city of Harvey in 1994. Worked my way up from patrol, became a narcotics detective, and then accepted a position in 1998 for the city of, for the village of Hazel Crest. I'm the current chief of Country Club Hills Police Department. Also, you have several retired police officers that work here in Harvey, including my brother, he's a sergeant here, Sam White. He's retired. The support that Chief Mitchell is getting isn't just because he's a great guy, a good guy, very personable. He's our current president of the South Suburban Chiefs Association. That means that first off, he was voted in office by his fellow chiefs to be over 65 South and Southwest police departments. He coordinates, assists us in coordinating advanced police services. That's our president, Mr. Dillage.
Last but not least, my name is Leonard Barbie. I'm the most recently retired from Harvey this year. I did 20 years here now. I'm the deputy chief of the county of Park. Again, I was raised in Harvey. There's no place that's going to advance anybody in this police work. We have to be one with the citizens. Clearly have an understanding that more than anybody. Again, you got an outstanding chief here. Some little special needs actually my mentor. So that says a lot for me. I'd like to thank everybody who are here, from Chief Fisher, Comptroller, the mayor, and all. Okay, I appreciate y'all. And again, I'd like to continue to see the work that you guys are doing.
Gentlemen, thank you. Let's give them all a hand. Thank you.
The chiefs for the South.
Now they're all going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Chiefs and
I think we hit the jackpot. I think we hit the jackpot. So thank you.
Hey, you know, they got the pot.
Definitely.
Thank you all for showing your support. God bless you. You are more than welcome.
Take them up.
You remember Weebles? What if he wobbles and falls down?
No, they don't. Remember those inside. What's going on? He just went out the
So
door.
we're gonna start the second presentation. Is gonna be Chief Fisher. He approached me with a lot of wonderful, excuse me, ma'am. Yes. Okay, thank you. No, we'll give you the attention. I appreciate it anytime. Whatever you want.
Cause you ain't talking about shit you never do. Going down.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, look, Chief Fisher has been working on a lot of information, not only for you as the residents, but for our city as a whole. Chief?
Yes, good evening, Mayor, good evening, everybody. First of all, we had as you guys can see, for the last 30 days, we've been having major weather change, from severe thunderstorms to heat waves, tornadoes, and even earthquakes in Lake Michigan. So July the 3rd and the 4th, we experienced a severe thunderstorm that came through Harvey. The first round that from the weather was a severe thunderstorm, and we were experiencing 60 miles per hour winds with rain. And then the second round of storm came in and dumped almost 6 inches of water onto the city.
She minded us happening. He just in there.
During that time frame, we activated our emergency operations center at the real-time crime center, where we was able to assess the flooding throughout the city and also see with the flock system. So we was able to see a lot of the incidents that were occurring in real time. With the Harvey Fire Department, we was able to respond to 41 calls during that storm, from water rescue to structure fires to people trapped in the basements to down power lines and down power trees. Myself and my DC responded to boots on the ground, so it was helping out our personnel because we got slammed with multiple calls. Our city was not the only one that got hit. All the surrounding communities got hit also with flooding and so forth. Usually taking about 7 minutes from my house to get into the city limits, but this time it took me almost 20 minutes because I had to go around through flooded streets and line up and so forth. So that's pretty much what I had experienced during the storm.
How about the proclamation?
So so instead of waiting for Cook County or the state of Illinois, what we did was we submitted the paperwork to declare the city of Harvey a natural disaster. So what that entails is that the mayor, she signed off for a natural disaster. We pushed it to Cook County. So let's go through Cook County. We're waiting for the president, Tony Quickwickman, to submit that to the governor. And once the governor signs off and approves it, we will send it to the Washington DC with the where Trump will sign off. As you guys know, Trump and the governor don't have a good relationship, so he already denied a lot of the requests from the state of Illinois. So we're just hoping that if the Illinois approves it, then we might be able to get state and Cook County approved. We also can get local assistance to with the flooding. So that's what we'll be waiting on for the approval from Cook County for the declaration of natural disaster for the city of Harvey. So we're not reacting. We're not waiting for Illinois to declare this a natural disaster. We acted on our own.
Thank you.
You will.
So what we need to do, with that being said, everyone who has damage, document, keep a journal, make sure you take pictures. This is very, very important. People think that FEMA is coming. There are certain steps, correct, Chief, that we have to implement before FEMA will come. So, it may not be in the next month, but I want you to protect yourself and your assets and your home. So with that being said, start a journal, refresh all your memory of what you purged and you had to grow out. Keep a list of all that. Take pictures. If you have electrical issues, furnace, washer, dryer, retain all your receipts if possible.
And also with the power being out, you can also submit a claim with ComEd for your damage for reimbursement. So you can go on their website and reimbursement form that you fill out. So make sure that you keep the receipts. The refrigerator went out, you have to throw all your food out. Make sure you keep the receipts for the food that you purchased.
And it's the same thing with your cable. Keep records of your cable and contact your cable. Because everything was down for quite some time and it was quite costly. That night on January 3rd, that afternoon, we were preparing for our festivities. That night, we were at the real-time crime center. I'll tell you what, I drove both chiefs, well, at that time we had 3 chiefs there, drove them crazy. I was a nervous wreck, seeing everyone stuck in the items, the water. People said, well, why didn't we get out there sooner? We couldn't get there. We could not get there fast enough. No one anticipated this. So the real time, the flock cameras was very instrumental. Residents took it upon themselves. We were in a maze, blocking people going in, whoever lived by. We have a lot of decent residents here that took it upon themselves and was directing traffic. Am I correct, Chief?
Yes.
And that's very important. That's very important, and I want to thank those people, helping out their fellow men. Cars parked over, just on 155th in a 3-block radius, there was 7 cars. I got home at 3:30 that morning, driving back, up 22 hours, working, and I was in shock. So I know what you're going through. You're not alone. A lot of us had our basements flooded. So I just want you to make sure that you document. Second of all, I know people are dumping their materials. And people are saying, well, the city went by. They're gonna come by, they're gonna come back. They're gonna go through and they're gonna pick up. But make sure everything's in the front of the house. And please, I noticed in my area, we had people putting stuff in front of their house, but then parking right in front of it. We can't get it. So we have to think about where we're parking our cars. If we're putting the items out in our lawn, we have to allow the city coming in with their trucks to pick that up. So I just want to thank you. So we are in the process of doing our due diligence, spearheading and jumping ahead. So thank you, Chief. Thank you for all your efforts on this. Thank you. Now, is Miss Clinton here? Miss Clinton? Miss Clinton is from the Red Cross. Now, during this time, I've reached out, actually, our city administrator reached out to Cook County, and they immediately, on Saturday, put us in contact with the Red Cross. So, a lot of us didn't have power. Our communications was working off the cell phone, trying to get information out to the residents. We were trying to do robocalls, but we too were out of power. So we had the Red Cross come, and right now they're doing a mobile search, and we were fortunate enough to get Ms. Clinton here tonight to explain what other steps that they can do for you. Thank you, Ms. Clinton.
Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin.
Can you speak in the mic?
Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin Clinton. Just real quick, I've been with the Red Cross for 8 years. 5 of those as a volunteer as the mass care regional shelter lead here in our state. I just recently took over South Suburban Cook County, Lake DuPage and McHenry. So I have quite an area. But the Red Cross did respond as we started receiving in phone calls. We can only move if you all ask for our service. So there are a number of people, hopefully in this room, I met someone outside waiting in line that have already reached out to the Red Cross. Our process is to initially do damage assessment. And our damage assessment qualification follows FEMA's damage assessment. So you all are moving along that route. FEMA does sometimes ask us for our damage assessment, but they also will probably want to do their own. So what was said to you all about having photos and videos, please make sure that you have all of those items, plus your receipts, and any information that you might have reached out with your insurance. Because once you all receive your FEMA, I'm putting that out there for you all.
Yes.
Once you all receive your FEMA declaration, then more doors will open up. Everything that the Red Cross does is free. And so our flood response initially is damage assessment. And that is what we have been doing for the last 14 days. We did open up a reception center where people could come and get what we call cleanup kits to help you clean up your spaces that had been impacted by the water. We are now moving to the phase that we call recovery. So just to give a perspective, in South Suburban Cook County, in all of our fiscal year, we had over 300 calls. Harvey is the largest response area for us in suburban Cook County. For this flood response, we had 258 calls. So we took all of the calls that we would normally take in 1 year in 14 days. So there is a lot of follow-up. We have not forgotten about you all. We see, I get a text message every time one of you all call in. And we will be reaching back out to every single one of you. And for those of you that fall into our qualification of major damage, additional resources will be provided to you as well. And we will bring in other non-for-profit organizations that to also help support you. So like if you had a tree or still have a tree on your home, Team Rubicon will do one-off, what we call hot shots, come cut down that tree for you for no cost. So we are still looking to bring in additional resources as we reach out to you all to understand what each of your individual recovery needs are. We don't tend to do like a huge blanket response for everyone, except for our distribution of emergency supplies.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I just got a text about 5 minutes from Tim.
Yes.
And Tim emailed me some flyers. Unfortunately, because this information just became available, we did not have the opportunity to make flyers. We are gonna put it on the website, and we're also gonna do a PR on Facebook. And the flyers will be here. I'm hoping they have them both done in English and in Spanish. So that would be very beneficial for the residents. Please, if you know your neighbors and they can share the information, can you share it with them? The more people that can call, the more people that can get services, the better off we are as a community. And that is why it's very instrumental that we were reaching out and being proactive in this. So I thank you.
I just have one more comment that I forgot to mention. So, we are currently also right now, in our, emergency response vehicles coming out into the community based on the addresses that we receive. And we're contacting people to let them know that we are coming to you to bring the cleanup kits to you. And so that for those that were not able to make it to the reception, center, we're still bringing out supplies to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Very honored that you were able to meet with us on this short notice. Actually, I called her around 3:30, and when I found out she was the new person representing our area, and without hesitation, so if you cannot stay the remaining of the evening, I definitely understand, and I appreciate you making this a priority for you and for Red Cross, for our residents of the city of Harvey. So thank you. Okay. We have Rick to talk about the actual cleanup and what's happening in our city with the grass cutting, the potholes, the picking up the materials. I want to thank everyone for being patient. They are at full staff, are you not, Rick?
Yes.
Yes. So I don't want anyone to say that they're not at full staff, but I want everyone to keep in mind on what's on his schedule. Thank you.
All right, we'll start with the city cleanup. We've been in 2.5 wards. In that time from last night to today, we have removed 47,180 tons of debris from the storm. That almost doubled what we picked up in our spring cleanup this year. And we're not done. And like the mayor stated, that people are getting, late jumping, bringing things in, trying to have people help them bring things to the curb. We understand that. And like the mayor said, we will be back. It's just we gotta keep moving and get this cleaned up. Potholes, and Comptrol's not gonna be happy with this, but we have purchased 222.04 tons of asphalt, which with that amount of tons of asphalt, we should be able to cover 2,500 potholes on an average. Unfortunately, because of the potholes that we have in Harvey, we were only getting 111. So it just tells you the severity of the streets in Harvey. And so during the storm, we removed 18 trees and branches from the citywide area. Some of them we just can't get to. Some of them we have reached out to our tree contractor, and because of the major storms that we've had, I'm sure they're just as busy as we are. The grass cutting is still going strong. We did not take the grass cutting crew away from the city cleanup, so they're continuing to cut at a rapid rate, and I feel they're doing a great job. Did you want me to speak about the donations while I'm up here, or do you want me to wait?
You could do, yes.
Okay, with the help of the mayor and the village of Homewood, we were able to get a City Connect van. We were able to get a Chevy SUV. We were able to get a trailer. We received many pumps, Billy Goat sidewalk vacuums, trash pumps, snow blowers, concrete saws. And if you don't know what trash pumps are, those are what we stick into the streets to pump the water off our main breaks and everything, so get the water out so we can repair the main breaks. So we were able to obtain a lot of needed things for the city. Public Works would like to thank the mayor for reaching out to Homewood and getting these vital pieces of equipment for us. And that's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what I wanted to add, for those of you who may not realize, but I have been regularly meeting with our elected officials down in Springfield and in Cook County to come and help us. As you can tell, very little movement occurred on it. But that didn't stop us. Because like you, I live in Harvey. And like you, I want our community to be better. So one day, I was getting a little frustrated, and Greg said, Shirley, have you asked any surrounding communities? Yes, we had asked surrounding communities for help, as you may know. Markham came right in when I asked, and they picked up our first load back in February, and they fixed 3 trucks. He said a lot of them had this surplus. He said, I've been asking the mayors before you to see if we could either buy them or they can give it to us through an intergovernment agreement. And I was like, Rick, that's a phenomenal idea. So that's exactly what we did. And not only did Homewood bless us with all this, they also pledged to give us a used, what kind of truck, Rick?
It's a belly Costco plow truck.
So we're planning for the winter. So they got two new units, and we're gonna sign an intergovernment agreement, and they are gonna give it to us. But that doesn't stop there. I met with 25 mayors in our community, and they all pledged to look at their surplus and offer us the first opportunity. So I am so honored to stand before you and say, we're not begging, but everybody knows we are trying. We are trying to get this city in order. And we had a lot of errors made in the past. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect. Because every day I'm learning something new. And we're gonna make mistakes, but we're growing. And these communities that are our sister communities, they want us to succeed. Because that makes their community more marketable. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is where we are with Mr. Chief Fisher's report on the natural disaster, the Red Cross, Ms. Clinton, so you know, total transparency with the street department and what they're doing, and thanking you for your patience, and they are working quite a bit, and that storm was a lot of overtime. And the next presentation is our interim city administrator, and this is regarding our lead pipes. You've heard about the lead pipes. This is going to be very informative. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So in January 2022, the U.S. federal government adopted a lead service line replacement and notification act. Basically, in that act, they required or they mandated that all service lines that are lead-based throughout the United States be replaced. For the past year and a half, the city of Harvey has been working on gathering data and inventory to complete the funding requirements. For phase one, we are required to identify lines in the phase 1 area, which encompasses 150th to 154th Street from Page to Loomis. In this area, what was submitted to the US EPA was 475 lines. So currently we are at 230. So there's still a little over half that we need to complete by the end of August. Residents in that area are encouraged to participate in this initiative as we are fast approaching our September 30th deadline. To assist with this initiative, we will begin a third round of door knocking in the next 2 weeks, as well as a town hall meeting that we're planning to host on the 29th of this month at 6 p.m. We'll have representatives out from Cook County, as well as our engineering firm and Terra to answer questions for residents regarding this. Also, as an incentive, we've had some meetings with our comptroller, and we are offering a $25 credit on your water bill or a $25 gift card, whichever you choose, for any resident that participates in this. It is imperative that we get these lines identified, as the funding has been provided to the city for this. And if you had to incur this cost on your own, you'd be looking at anywhere between $17,000 to $20,000. So this will be free of charge to any resident that participates, and a lead service line is identified, but you have to participate. There are 2 ways that you can assist us with identifying this inventory. One is by going to the city's website. There is a section on there related to the lead service line, and there's a QR code. If you scan that QR code, it'll bring you up to a form and a list of steps that will show you how to identify your material. Also, in the meeting that we're hosting on the 29th, we will have someone here to give a presentation to show you how to self-identify if you don't want to have anyone come into your home, which leads me to the second way you can participate is you can contact our city pumping station at 708-331-0032 and schedule an appointment for one of our representatives to come out to identify. It only takes them about 5 minutes to identify your service line and get that information. This is really, really important to the city. I don't know if you all are aware of the damage and the severity that having a lead service line causes to young children and especially with our elderly. So we really, really encourage you all to participate in this. Like I said, our deadline is fast approaching. So I just encourage you all to assist us with this. Thank you.
Well, a lot of people think, well, I don't want them to come into my house. No one's looking at your cleanliness. No one's looking at anything except those pipes. Second of all, I want you to be very careful who you're letting into your home. I don't know about you, but we get a lot of people coming in and soliciting, we're a roofing company, solar panels, telephone. Don't even answer the door. If you see those types of people come into your house, call the police, because we do have a no soliciting ordinance in the city of Harvey. And I tell them all the time, do not do this. And if they continue, then I will call the police. I would like you to do the same. Anyone coming to your house from the city of Harvey, they will show you their ID that is current. At that time, if you're still questioning it, you can always call your alderman Or you can call the city yourself, the mayor's office, and we can identify that person for you. Do not let people in your home that do not have the proper paperwork, even if they have that coupon in front of them. This is for your own safety. If you are in your home by yourself, wait till somebody else is home with you. This is predominantly for the younger adults and our senior citizens. Do not let anyone in your home if you are by yourself. If I'm home by myself, I don't even answer the door. So, safety first. Thank you. Okay, as we continue, we need to go into executive session. So, I would like the motion to approve the minutes for June 22nd. Oh my God, thank you, thank you. I can't be right now, Mr. Williams. Thank you, whoever yelled that out, I appreciate it.
Oh, they just want to take on me.
That's okay. How are you doing? I believe it.
Good evening, everyone. I know this, well, first I want to just emphasize what Crystal said about those lead lines. You can almost bet the house on, if you have a house that was built before 1950, it has a lead line. So you don't even have to guess unless you've had recent plumbing work done. And lead line is still there. Like I said, I'm one of those people who's got to replace my home in the city 27 years ago. It cost me $12,000 then. So the idea that you government school and the family government is giving away something free, and they will replace those lead lines. Believe me, it'll increase your flow of your water in the house, and something makes the water safer for you, your family, your grandkids, and those people really matter. I know some people were concerned about the water bill, what we call utility bill increases that we've had. First, I said the water, why it should be a profit motive. Harvey on water is only trying to make enough profit where it can maintain the water system, and a small amount is set aside for hopefully what they call reserve for replacement. Because we realize this, as they bring in the lead lines, Harvey has a project where we want to actually take the water mains out the street and put them in the parkway where they're easier for us to service when there are leaks and things like that, and also to just improve the overall water quality. So I know people see the bills and the bills keep rising. That's very unfortunate. But Harvey buys his water from the city of Chicago. And we mark up the water, obviously, to cover our costs on overhead and reserve for replacement. Just to put it in perspective, since 2000 alone, which is really not that long ago, water bills from the city of Chicago have increased 220%. There were literally about 4 years where they increased the water bill by 15%. And you don't really have to take my word, I wish you would, but you don't have to. You can Google City of Chicago water rate increases since 2000. And what pops up on the chart is a nice little chart that shows you the increases, not to get on one specific mayor, but on Rahm Emanuel had a couple 15% increases when he was the mayor. Luckily, the last couple of years, the water increases have been less than 2%. I will tell you, what Harvey does with those bills, certainly our downstream customers, Hazelcrest, Olsen, Dixmoor, used to be Homewood and East Hazelcrest, but they buy that water now from Hammond. Our rates is still much lower than anyone else's rates in terms of what we actually charge the residents. Now, when I tell you about a 220% increase since 2000, I come in and look at the history of this stuff since I walked in Harvey 13 years ago. I finally figured out how long I've been here, just for 2 years ago. I look back, and there were many years where Harvey did pass on the increase. The increase increases that they pass on to the citizens, there's never been an increase that was initiated by Harvey. I can definitely say for the last 13 years, we only increased the water rates as Chicago has increased them on us. So this year, the actual water rate increase was 1.89%. Because Chicago raises it by the consumer price index. That's exactly what we pass on to the city. So I'm sure if you were able to look back at your bill in 2000, you would not see a 220% increase on that water rate passed through by the city of Harvey. Mayors, whether it was Graves, or Kellogg, or Clark, the city's trying to absorb those increases. Sometimes it's just not possible when we have an aging infrastructure where we have to make improvements. And the only way we can do that, a lot's been done with grants. We talk about these grants not for their pipes. There are other grants that we're able to get to actually take those additional cost burdens off the city. Now, the other part of the utility bill is refuge. And again, we pass on the cost that the city charges us, and again, we have to cover the overhead of that. We have mailings, we have additional things. People say, well, what do we pay? Well, in addition to your weekly pickups, is what Rick just alluded to, we spend probably another, when you look at our water, we probably spend an additional, on average, about $15,000 a month for other dumping. Now, that's not all on the citizens, but that's all the fly dumping. That's also the big items you put out in our cleanups that we do in the fall and the spring, and sometimes just a general cleanup that we also have to pay for that dumping. And just to give you some idea on the perspective there was that from 2020 to 2026, our refuge rate charged by Republic went up 26%. So that's not too bad. Okay. What do we do with the citizens? Since 2017 to current, we've only increased the water rates by 26%. In other words, all the other increases the city has attempted to absorb, so it's not passed on to the citizens to increase their, and to make your burden that much more. So we've tried to raise the cost, and see with the cost that take into account, you know, it's like anybody else. You gotta factor in who's not gonna pay. So we haven't factored in this all, because as you know, there are people who don't pay their water bill, much to my surprise. They don't pay their refuge bill, but just aren't honest, and we don't know they have water. We do censuses and surveys to try to make sure we're billing everybody. But there are always some things that fall through the cracks. But also just with water, what the city is also trying to cost is, the city hall, obviously, they don't pay a water bill. So we have water, we have water and fire hydrants. Remember, nobody pays for that water when the fire hydrant is turned on for fire or for any other use. So the city has actually been very conscious of the fact that we have a lot of seniors who live in Harvey, a lot of people on fixed income or no income. So we've tried to absorb as much of these increases that we've experienced and not pass it on to you.
Thank you. So we covered quite a bit in the presentations, and I want to thank everyone for their patience. Today's like break, or should we continue? Very good. Okay, I would like a motion to approve the minutes for June 22nd, the board meeting. Motion to approve the minutes. Second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would you please take the vote?
Alderperson Arambula?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Keith?
Yes.
Alderperson Randall? Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now, this is something that hasn't been done in a very long time, and we're implementing it, and it's the executive session. Alderwoman, Alderperson personnel. We have, Madam Clerk is gonna pass the minutes out from executive session. What we're gonna do is you need to read that, and then we have to turn it back in. We have to turn it back into her. This is something that I have seen, and we have participated in, other council meetings, and that has never been done here, so I wanted to make sure we were following, the procedures on how to do this. This meeting, these minutes here, are a reflection of what takes place in that room. And now, each alderman will have the opportunity, and then we'll vote on it into record, and then Madam Clerk will go through and collect this. Just to give an explanation. Now, Alderman, if there's any discussion of these minutes, we will have to go into executive session. Is there any discussion? Is there, okay, then I'm gonna ask that we go into executive session. So we're gonna take, a moment and close out this meeting, and then we need a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Don't blame her, yeah. Mrs. Oliver, she said that nobody had any information. She said, I'll give you information right now. They couldn't have given this.
It should have been in the packet for this week.
This isn't the time to have that building. No. They just do this together. They just do this together.
You see the people that already signed it, ain't even read it? That's crazy.
No, they read it. They don't read it. They don't have to read it.
I ain't gonna let it go.
How you gonna talk about money and then don't let the treasurer?
Oh, yeah. They're still filing, as far as I'm concerned, she doesn't have access to the account. Okay, well, that's what I do.
He does. Give me 20,000. He won't let the treasurer talk. She won't go along with her. So that's why him and Clark control everything. They control everything. She knows what that money was.
I didn't know Tracy and Colby about it. Yeah, they Colby said that when you can respond to this, like out the mayor, very mysterious. Now I did share the agenda packet though. I posted on Facebook. I tried to count the
No, it's full time.
yeah, I took a screenshot, and then I just posted some questions to hopefully help people. But I mean, you know, I had to do that all day while trying to work.
Sure.
It was real last minute, but I did share that paper. Just because I didn't know what it is, nothing else that I was requesting.
Right.
So,
Pretty gonna get any better.
No, because they said they only got enough asphalt to cover 111. Which is great.
I posed you some questions about that, about the building. Now, of course,
Right. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Oh, about the
Yeah, that was I guess that was the last one. Last one was in February. I guess that's all the some circumstances that we help
okay, guys, I don't have a problem with that, but like I said, here, the city wants to get That one is on the court computer. You can look at the settlement agreement and then how to disperse is on there. No, well, not right here, but this one is one. Okay, you're like $60,000.
Right here.
Motion and a second.
We never play.
Alderperson Randall.
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman. Alderperson Chapman.
Yes.
Alderperson Smith.
Yes.
Alderperson Keith.
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers.
Yes.
Alderperson Randall. Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second, and we need to vote for the executive session. No. No, can I have a motion for the executive session, right? Okay, Madam Clerk.
Alderperson Randall.
Sorry, I can get a motion to.
Present.
Present. The executive session minutes. Yes.
Alderperson Chapman.
Yes.
Alderperson Smith.
Yes.
Alderperson Keith.
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers.
Yes.
Alderperson Randall. Motion carries.
Thank you.
We have no further resolution.
No, it's just an approval for the executive session. It's just the approval. And now we're, the approval from the bills list, June 22nd. We had tabled that, because the alderman didn't get the bills list on a timely basis. Chairperson, Rogers, you have, a motion,
Thank you, Mayor. I do have a recommendation that we approve the bills from, 22nd. The fact that we weren't able to get it done. I hope everybody had an opportunity to review the bills so we can vote accordingly.
Thank you. I'm seeking a motion for the bills list, June 22nd, 2026. Motion to approve.
Second.
Are there any questions?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Council, specifically Finance Committee, as I continue to review the bills list that was sent, I notated that $98,894.20 for payments made to BNF Construction Code Services. I've consistently asked to see some documentation of the work in which BNF Inspectional Services is completing. Unfortunately, those documents have not been rendered. I know by way of FOIA request I can do that, but as a sitting alderperson, I should be able to review their ongoing, completion of.
Did you inquire those to me? Did you inquire with?
I inquired, I first started with the finance chair.
Okay.
I beg to differ. This is the first I'm hearing that anybody requested invoices from BNF Construction.
Liar.
Now, it would be in the minutes, and I'm certain that we didn't have any discussion in regards to BNF Construction at the finance committee.
Okay, Mr. Williams, would you?
Need to roll back this fucking
If I may to,
Okay, good.
BNF certainly provides us invoices, but as people may not be aware of, we have outsourced the building department, building and building inspection. So all the employees you see down in the building department, with the exception of a couple, all work for them. So they do all our plan reviews. So every time there's a permit, their plan reviews have to be reviewed. And then obviously there have to be inspections. So all those services that BNF provides, and I will say this, we've outsourced that department, I think it's got to be 5 or 6 years. The cost is much lower being outsourced, and not just a matter of the cost being lower, just finding the inspectors, because you have to be able to pass the exam. And we've had a lot of people here, we've had inspectors and given them the opportunity. So I will tell you, the union thinks those all be union jobs, and we keep saying the same thing. We would love some of the union jobs and make, and possibly the employees be residents of the city of Harvey. The issue is they have to pass the exams. And not to say that there are other inspections that have to be done by licensed plumbers, licensed electricians, licensed structural engineers. So those are things that we've always outsourced as a city.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. The issue at hand is we seeing the actual documentation for the services rendered. And I just want to give you an example. I went to the local dollar store here in Harvey, and something costs $1.27 with tax. I'd be able to get a receipt for that purchase, and that's at the minimum of 4 quarters, 5 quarters. So
I don't have a problem with you seeing it, but don't dare suggest that the city of Harvey doesn't have those receipts.
That's not what I said.
Receipts of the specific task. So if you want to see an invoice, the proper channel is to go through the finance committee.
As mentioned, for the past 3.5 years, and I've CC'd you on several emails requesting those specifics. Because you are the comptroller, I would expect that you have documentation as such.
You can assume we had documentation, and all documentation, the finance department operates an invoice. So every invoice, every check, when there's an invoice paid, copies are scanned into the system, and our system's all online with BS&A, where the invoices are all there, so it's not as if I have to climb through hoops, but you can imagine, you look at the average bill list, and we did them every 2 weeks, or we do them monthly and the like. It's comprised of over 150 invoices.
Mr. Williams,
Making 150 invoices, making 150 invoices available on some public platform like this is Mayberry, just not gonna happen.
I understand, I appreciate your.
Nobody asked you for that.
But the specific thing that I had for the past 3.5 years is to just see.
The last 3 weeks, but I got 3 from June 22nd.
Okay, so then from the top of this year to present day, I just asked to see what exactly being, if I see them riding around in the cars, but we also have 4,700 commercial and residential dilapidated properties. And I understand that we're moving forward to get some demolished at our city owned. But specifically, that department who's earning what was previously earning $60,000 and across 7 line items earn $92,000. I'm seeking to identify what exactly they're doing. One thing I understand that good service costs, so that's okay. However, I just want to see service rendered for such a high cost, knowing that we just had applied for financial distress. Although we did not get approved, we still are on that pathway and pattern of financial deficiencies, as you know, as the comptroller.
Wait, let's stick with your question.
And listen, I just want to piggyback to you. We wouldn't have seen anything at the previous finance meeting, Alderperson Rogers, because myself nor Treasurer Pickett or Alderman Key had access to those details until 30 minutes prior to the meeting. So after review from June 18th, this is now I'm presenting inquiry on today, July 13th.
Okay. Thank you. What I will ask you to do going forward, when you have communication with any of the chairpersons, CC me on that, and we'll make it a point, either next month or the following month, because we are renovating the building department as we speak. We're going to do a complete audit of that division. And once we are completed, we'll give you a list of how many permits are written that week, how many tickets were given, so you can see the actual dialogue. That is something that I was planning on implementing, and that is why we have a few more people downstairs. What we do have inside court and our division now, which is doing a tremendous job, is taking pictures and documents. I mean, we had one inspector go out during the 4th of July, and we found people repairing their roofs. Now, we're not talking patchwork. We're talking actual tear down in the middle of a storm, because it was planned. Tear down and start putting up a roof. But how can we got Saturday hours. We got evening hours now. Because a lot of people do not get their permits and it's not up to Harvey's code. So we're kind of reinforcing that, but I understand we will have a presentation, conducted, I would have to say, if you could allow me the month of August, and we will provide exactly what we're looking for in our inspectors to make sure everyone is aware of our policies and procedures. And being construction, they have been here, it's very difficult to find an electrical inspector or a plumbing inspector. So this agent is dealing with a lot of municipalities and they float them. So when we have a business that is having issue with their plumbing, they'll send out that specialty. So we're getting people in trade and directly, so we're all up to code. So I hope that answers your question, but going forward, just to make sure, email me, CC me on, CC the control line. So if for whatever reason the alderman doesn't see it, you can follow up with another party. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have, we're looking for a motion, we got a second. Is there any other debate? Without hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Alderperson Randall?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
No.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Key?
We're in the middle of a vote, I'm sorry.
No.
Thank you.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, there is no old business, but we have a few things on new business. An ordinance vacating portion of Fisk Avenue in the alley part of Fisk Avenue to the alley of East, A&P Holding, LCC, Illinois. Now, this is really kind of saying a lot. A lot. But actually, Rick, can you join, let me give them a bit of an explanation to what this is entailed.
I'm still lost with this avenue where.
It's a very unique situation, so I want you to listen to this very carefully. Would you please go?
Yeah, absolutely. So, good evening. My name is Emmanuel Byron. I'm the land use and zoning attorney at the law firm of Shane Banks, located at 70 West Madison in Chicago. I'm pleased here today to be presenting a vacation. Well, so it's an alley vacation, a street vacation, and then also a consolidation. The applicant is Universal Logistics. They've been a transportation company here since 2018. Today we are just essentially consolidating a ton of different pins, and not even a ton of different pins. It's been a slow process, but basically there's multiple different pins. There's very small parts of the street that are just not used, and actually are currently used by us, but they haven't been used by the city. I don't think almost in like over a decade, and it's actually already been paved over and they use it for their trucking transportation. This request really just allows us to get a single tax bill. The tax bill isn't going to change, but it just allows us to avoid any errors, and so it just creates a single tax bill to make a seamless tax process. So this is just vacating some property that's technically under the city of Harvey's jurisdiction, and it will be vacated to us, and it allows us to consolidate the pins as well.
And how big is this property?
So the property encompasses, it is a very large property. I don't have the exact.
No, that property is the one we're vacating.
They're both very tiny. I mean, I think they're 16 by, it was like 16 by, I think.
Do me a favor, if you
I think we
will
have We have a presentation, so we can show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have that on your bingo card, did you?
I believe we sent our slides, but I also have it right here as well.
How did it get on the agenda, is the question?
It's a very, what, 16 feet?
Yeah, it's just like a very narrow way, there's two alleyways.
That's it, that's it.
It's a very narrow alleyway.
The rain for the table.
That man is a lawyer, not
It's
a.
really, I appreciate you doing that.
Overall flat, and just to give you guys just a little reference, our building is already over all of these things. So we're really, it's the bottom corner, this is the south, the consolidated one is there. One we have the highlight, you guys got that by chance? I might.
I like the way he calls people.
Here's a map of 250 East 100. Can you shut off my cell phone, please?
This is what I would have. She popped up. It's okay. That's man, that man over there, asking him about 16 feet of structure.
It's the length of the table.
This should not even be on the agenda.
You want to pass one on one side and then you pass one.
This should have been a blowout. This should have been a
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm including the seat. I'm gonna pass.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only because we have to get out only because we can't get it outlined. So, you know, if you look at it, it's an idea of what all we're doing. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you can put your copy. We can get it on the USB.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't.
I don't want anyone
They do business here. He do business in Harvey.
And what this is gonna do is it's consolidating the big numbers because they have a little more. We're gonna take the questions first before I go with the motion or a second.
But so if you can go the one side after this, we can just get the highlighter so you guys can see visual.
Oh, there goes the cable.
Yeah, the computer said hell no.
You gotta go to the back now, chair.
Could they just went to the county assessor's office and made it into one can?
Keith, Keith, they give you one.
So we will subsequently have to go to the county to get the pin change, but we have to just do the vacation and the consolidation first.
This is the first step to that.
Well, what we get, because we giving them something, but what they giving us?
Okay, that's something that you're all going to ask, thank you.
They just got it today. How y'all voting on it?
guy has a Panama Canal problem, right? Which is that a Panama Canal problem, in other words?
We already use it, it's not been used by
Panama
residents.
Canal wasn't free.
So, I mean, we pay the application fee and the vacation fee to the city. So, the formal payment, but other than, I don't know if it's the right payment. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the right payment.
All right. We're not giving anything away. We're not taking anything. I mean, this is something just to make the process a little bit easier.
This is the one right here, just so you guys can see it, it's just the yellow marks.
Yes.
That's all that.
We're talking 16 feet. So Alderman, do you have any questions?
Yeah, if this property is located in the first ward, if the first ward alderman is good with it, then I'm okay with it as well.
Okay, do we have a motion for? I've been really kind of lenient here and I can't hear the alderman. So are there any other questions? Okay, so I'm seeking a motion to approve ordinance vacating a portion of Fisk in the alley part of Fisk Avenue to the alley east of the PA Holding in the LLC in Illinois.
Motion to approve the city highway vacating a portion of Fisk Avenue and the alley to east of ALP Hot Wings LLC in Harvey, Illinois.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Madam Clerk, can you please take?
Alderperson Renfro.
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman.
Abstain.
Alderperson Smith.
Yes.
Alderperson Keith.
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance number is 3525. 3525.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now this is pretty much the same location, and we are seeking an ordinance approving the plat consolidation for parcel located at 250 East 167th Street in Harvey, and that is just allowing Cook County to consolidate these PIN numbers. So this is in effort for the first step, saying we in the city of Harvey are okay with it, and then it will go to Cook County for confirmation. So we can have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the ordinance approving the plat of consolidation for the parcel located at 250 East 167th Street in Harvey, Illinois.
Second.
Rosa, did you second? Okay. Madam Clerk, any debate, any questions?
I do have just one question. How much do you all pay annually in property taxes?
We
Have a
don't,
rough estimate?
do you know about that?
Oh, actually, I can take a
Well,
look
we
at
can
it.
provide that information to your office, I just don't have the property tax bill.
I would like to highlight, because since you all did not, and 87 employees, more than a third from Harvey work here, I think that's notable when you talk about what does corporate social responsibility look like. So that is a plus, but knowing that would be more, it would just be advantageous to you all considering us to allow you all to move in step two.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Property value is at 152 acres. Keith, can you go on the Cook County website and see what their,
No, because you're paying $20,000 a
the
year.
last update, it's 21.08 acres. What? Yeah, but if you did that address, just give a brief. I'm sure it's a lot of taxes because you're not nonprofit.
I'm saying he didn't come with that information.
Because I know there's a lot of PIN numbers and there's How many PIN numbers do you have?
At one point there was like 40, but I think now.
40, so you can get one and then multiply it.
Now they down to 8. These 8. Oh. This is unprofessional. The comptroller refused to do his job. It's crazy.
Is it showing?
He getting paid $20,000. And she said, can you look up the answer? He said, no.
Okay, we're gonna have to get that information later. Yes, if you can email us. Yes, email it to us and that would be great. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Is there any more debate? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Arango?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Abstain.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Keith?
Okay.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Ordinance number?
3526. Ordinance number 3526.
Oh yeah, you good to go now. You good to go.
Okay. I'm so sorry. A resolution approving the settlement agreement between the city of Harvey, Irvin, Austin, and as independent administrator of the estate of Justin Elston.
I'd like to amend this resolution. It should say, right now it says, it should say, the city agrees to pay $200,000 over 40 payments of $200,000. It needs to read, the city agrees to pay the claimant $200,000 over 4 equal payments of $50,000.
Okay, please make note of the amendment. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we already entered into a debate over this since this was done in executive session. So, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Arango?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Abstain.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Keith?
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution number 4025. 4025.
Thank you. Okay, the next one is a resolution authorizing the application of the Assessor Cook County for renewal of a Class 8 certification for the property of 14600 Lincoln. Now, this is, Rick, can I ask you on this one?
So basically what this is it allows the business out here to go after a claim in Cook County. It's just the city agrees to allow the business to go to Cook County and get their Class 6.
Now, normally I'm not a big Class 8 renewal or classification, but I did meet with this company and they had done a substantial amount of property improvements. And in the past, people would think that they could just put up a new, repave their driveway, their parking lot. No, that's standard operating procedure. But this particular company has expanded and has put on a new roof, correct, Rick?
Yes, correct.
So they have done actual improvements to their property. So I do not oppose this one. I do not give these Class 8s like a class certification without serious looking at them. So I did recommend this, but it all depends on the alderman if they would like to move forward. A Class 8 certification is a tax I don't want to say a tax break, but that's exactly what it does. A lot of companies look for them. You heard of like big box companies. Walmart is notorious for coming into a community where they will get like a 20-year tax break. And then after they get it, they cannot get it renewed because they're not expanding. And then they close down and relocate in a closer, in another sister community. Well, this particular business has been with the city quite some time, and they're planning on expanding and increasing more allocation for people to work for our residents. So I definitely agree with this renewal, and I am seeking a motion to, yes.
What's the name of this company?
Now we still, yes. And they're expanding quite a few areas. So we all heard about LB Steel and all the other steel companies were moving out. They stayed. So I am seeking a motion to give the resolution, the authorization for the Class A. Yes. Yes, there will be after we get a motion in a second.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? There is a first and there is a section, let's, second, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired. Yes, motion to debate, anyone has any, questions?
Yes.
Alderman Keys?
Thank you. I just want to let the residents know that I'm all for expansion in the city of Harvey. I've been all on the coast for 8 years. If anybody knows where this property is, if you were familiar with Arnold's Pizza, as soon as you pass Arnold's Pizza, it's a slanted road called Spalding. Right down the side where the tracks is where this place is. The problem I have is that, even when I talk to the former mayor, it's been over 7 or 8 years. If you go down this street is completely torn up. Winchester, Lincoln, because whenever they can't get around, it's a train or whatever, they go through there and tear the whole area on them. Now, we're gonna give them some expansion to expand their business. Why they can't guarantee is that they're gonna fix the streets that they tore up? Well, I'm saying, you know, this gonna make, if anybody leave here and have to go by that way, you go down there, you won't go down there again. You know, it's been that way 7 or 8 years. They need to make sure that they pay Winchester, Lincoln, and well, Army's part is right there, that's Army. Both those streets, everything up around that area before we give them any more further expansion, because they're tearing our city up.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other debates? Rick, would you like to address that?
I don't think it's just, that business, there are a lot of trucks that run through their back road for museums as well. I mean, it should, you know, no trucking about here, anybody who drives trucks should go down Lincoln or any of those streets as a residential business, so, if that's something we need to look into.
Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of that, so I know you mentioned with the previous elected officials, and no doubt, I bet you did. So, Rick, is there any way that we could get a no truck access?
Is that not first ward?
Wait a minute, Rick, I can't see this
No,
thing.
it's not the first one.
No, it's not. Elvis Gillis' house
It's
there.
right next door to it, because I went to school in Holmes, and that street has been not, you can't.
Wait a minute, this is between the Alderman and, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, wait, one moment. Go ahead, Rick.
It's small, it's Spalding Avenue. From Wood.
Thank you.
So that's where the location that Alderman Key is talking about.
Okay.
Between Lincoln and Wood. Yeah, Wood, and Spalding.
Okay, now do we have no truck stops up there?
No, not coming off of Richard, but I'm thinking, because the pastor asked us to do that a while ago, so they're right off of,
Okay, is there a way that we could put the no truck signs in, chief, if there's a way we could monitor that, and we have a couple, officers certified for the trucks? Okay, then let's put that on there. Alderman Hughes, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Wait, Alderman Hughes is not finished yet. We get 2 questions in the Roberts rules, so, Alderman, that address that situation down that street. We'll put the trucks, a no trucking stop, and we'll have the police monitor that area. And your second question is, sir?
Well, I just want to further elaborate, this is not LB Steel, that's by the Metro train station. Well, it is that company, but this is the area where they have a business over there that's in the fourth ward. But the problem issue that I'm still having, putting the truck signs up right now is not gonna justify for the condition of the streets. We need to get the streets paid first, then put the signs on them. What good is putting the signs up there and the streets are told?
Well, I do understand that, but it's not really fair to say it's one company when other respect your opinion, but we can't hold one person responsible when it's multitude of trucks going through. But again, I respect your opinion, sir.
Can I further elaborate?
One more, Will. Go ahead.
Okay. This is not, I understand, this is not just about LB Steel and their company, the other trucks that come to do that. But as the city of Harvey, I have spoke on this ever since I first got in office. We should have already had the signs up there, so we put anybody over there, then whether they coming from there or not, we will have them take them to the Wayne station and see when they going down blocks that are illegal and the damage that they've done to our property. So this is, well, let's get that out. It's not just JD Steel, LB Steel. These are other trucks that are coming through, but as they come through, especially when trains are coming, we should be right there putting the tickets on. Now, then we'll find out where exactly they coming from, but not let them come in our city and just tear our city up.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. I can't say what happened yesterday. I wasn't sitting in the seat, but I give you my word today, Dave, we will get that up there, and the police will monitor that. So thank you for your comments. Alderman Rogers.
Without sounding redundant, I agree with my colleague from the fourth ward. I've had an opportunity to attend several funeral services coming out of St. Mark Church. And when you make that right turn on Spalding, it is brutal. It is horrible. Put up a sign now that says no truck traffic, and it's a little bit too late for that. They've come in, they've destroyed our city, and there's several manufacturing companies that's over there. If they want to succeed and continue to do business here in the city of Harvey, they need to collectively get together amongst themselves and try to get that road paid. As far as Winchester and Lincoln were also mentioned, they are bad, but then we can't operate and really concentrate on Winchester and Lincoln. But Spalding is to the point where you can't even walk down the street. And it's just it's too bad. It's too late now to put up a sign that says, no truck traffic. Yeah, it's too little, too late.
Okay, thank you. So, again, we know Spalding is in pretty bad shape. I apparently agree. 2 aldermen are echoing those same sentiments as, but that does not apply to this Class 8 certification for LB Steel. So, we have already debated. It is up to you if you want to grant this or not, or if you would like to table this. You have that option. You have that option. This is not something that is on the agenda. If you want, but we cannot hold one company responsible for this. They asked for a Class 8 certification. They have expanded. Now, that is up to you. You can vote no, you can vote yes, we can go back, but in the meantime, we will get those signs up there. In the meantime, We will have the police officers monitor that area. And we cannot repave that street. We do not have the money. The state of Illinois gave us $250,000 for infrastructure. That $250,000, the individual who allocated it to us gave us a restriction. There will be more information coming out on this, but if you look at the proposal for the Illinois state budget, they gave us only $250,000 that we have to do one street in particular, and that's Clinton. What? Not Clinton, I'm sorry, Gibbons Drive, Gibbons Court. That is the street that the state of Illinois, in their budget, said that we have to do Gibbons Drive for $250,000. I have it on here. So that is the only street that the state of Illinois is going to pay for. And that was a motion. So, with that being said, Spalding is not gonna get fixed. And it's not going to get fixed. Not through the state of Illinois. Not yet. Now, this does not mean that the governor's office, we're not finished with them yet, but this is what was proposed. And at the budget. So with that being said, we have a motion, we have a second. And Madam Clerk, would you please call the vote?
Alderperson Aranda?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
No.
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Key?
Point of information.
We're in the middle of a vote.
No.
Alderperson Rogers?
No.
Okay. Motion fails.
You better go ahead, Tyrone.
Okay. I'm gonna ask everyone to take a few minute break.
Keep going. Keep
Yes,
going.
I step away to go to the bathroom. I am so sorry.
Yeah, because you've been talking so
But,
much.
a 5-minute break. Maybe have a 5-minute recess, and then we'll come back for public comment. Thank you.
She stopped talking so much. And she stopped talking so much. She did not be here. She been talking on everything, right? Every freaking thing she gotta say something. Why? That's right.
But that's that pressure. That's the pressure on the and it's election time. That was funny. I said that was funny. Tyrone changed his vote. I know. Look, that's that pressure though. They get the pressure get put on them and election time. But that's probably the first time. Maybe at least 5 years. It's not bad. Yeah.
You know I got you on camera.
Okay.
Derek, you finna get your street pay? Derek, you finna get your street pay? You finna get your street pay?
We know why you're getting your street repaired.
Go up, tell the people why you're getting your street repaired, Derek. Tell the people why you're getting your street repaired, Derek.
just stop on It's like a bad tank. You always turn it
I just wrote it down incorrectly. I wrote How do you post it online. So it'll just give me a different.
Okay.
I'm good for a pizza casino. And fries. The fries are awesome.
I'm not supposed to buy it.
Go outside and warm up a little bit. It's a little chilly in here. I'd like a motion to adjourn. I'm sorry, my voice is going. Motion to adjourn. No, back to the adjourn.
What's the last one? The one up here.
It was the one before. I think it was the budget one.
The one where here?
It was the budget. No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, oh, Tulane, I'm sorry. Okay, I want to thank you everyone, I knew it was gonna be a long meeting, but now we have the public comment. Madam Clerk, can you call in the order? Thank you.
First up is Deborah Dyson, followed by Ryan Zibowski.
These things are locked. Hi, I didn't know how I was gonna feel coming in here. I'm very upset, I'm tired, only because I didn't get good information once coming in here. But what I wanna know is, why did we get all that water in our basement? I'm suffering 51,000 thus so far. Water tank don't work, that's 16,000 because it's a boiler. Gotta redo the pipes. Water tank, no longer working. Washer, no longer working. Dryer, no longer working. Reunion stuff, no longer there. And that's worth almost 10,000 alone, cause I keep it for the family. So I'm 51,000 thus far in the hole. Although I got good information saying we might get some help, and I did appreciate the Red Cross dropping off a gallon of bleach, some sponges. We should have got a bag over there like the dogs got, with at least a gallon of bleach in it. But, so mentally, I'm at home and I'm cleaning, had to rent a 10-foot, what do you call that, dumpster? $500. That got full in one day. Thanks be to God and to my children for coming and giving me some support on July 3rd. Because July 4th was supposed to be at my house. But with the breakdown I was having, roof, water came in. Refrigerator went out because of the surges. And then I go to open the basement door, more than 27 inches of water in my basement. So everything is gone. I want to know, why did I get more than 27 inches of water? That's what I want to know. And yes, I have went to my insurance company. Are they probably going to lowball me? Yes. So I want to know, why did I get that much water in my basement? What wasn't done in my area? But I want to thank Kobe. She's the first one was checking on me besides my children. Then I want to thank Ryan for passing out all the information that he could find out about. So if I can get some of them answers, maybe mentally, while I'm still cleaning up, I can continue. But at this point, I can't because I'm mad. Thank you. You forgot your word. Thank you, I don't need to lose no more.
Next up is Ryan Zibowski, followed by Michael Crowe.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm Ryan Zibowski, Harvey resident. I also do the Harvey Historical Society. So on June 29th, my grandmother, 96 years, passed away. We remembered her on Friday, July 3rd at the wake and a funeral. When I got home, I just had barely had time to kind of clean up and sit down, and then I heard, water downstairs, so I ran just like so many of you did, and was trying to set up a sump pump and, an extra pump and grab things, but it's probably some of the worst flooding we've seen in quite a while. We are not helpless though. I want to give 5 things that we have to do now to help flood victims. So, like my neighbor so eloquently said, we need this addressed. So first thing I would say is turn City Hall into a disaster hub. So have a place where people can come and get help with their documenting damage, submitting insurance claims, sign up for emergency pump, visits if we have flooding again or what have you. The city has got to clean out the sewers and pump out water, when these things happen. We need those vacuum trucks to come out. I mean, some of these basins haven't been cleaned in years. So number 3, I would say, let's have an emergency no permit, no fee window. So if you need to repair your house, why should you have to pay a tax? Why should you have to wait for a permit? Why is that pushed out on July 4th? I would say, Shirley, he was probably making way too much money anyway, but why was an inspector out? Let people fix their house. This city gets so many fees and taxes and just extorts everybody. It's crazy. Number 4, we've got to extend the special trash pickup. Tomorrow's not going to be long enough. There's way too much more trash. Number 5, post sewer and drain conditions online. It doesn't cost much money, it doesn't cost much labor, but just put it online. Just say, hey, we know we have problems here, and here. We know, and we'll help you as residents. Ask the residents, they can tell you exactly what the drains are like, what the sewers are like on their block, can't you? I'm sure, right? So we'll do it for you, but put it publicly so we can all see it. We can say, oh, look, they went to her block to clean out the drain or whatever the other day. Okay, cool, that's good to know. But now can you come to my block? You guys will claim, oh, we don't have any money. But we know that's not true. You're constantly funding brand new, city cars for officials. We've got a new fence for the AI creepy surveillance center where we wasted money on police calls. Why don't you return the city vehicles? Cancel that fog camera contract. Stop paying Comptroller Lewis Williams $20,000 a month via his firm, WW Consulting. Did you know that? The gentleman right here. $20,000 a month. What does he do for that? That could go to fixing a lot of streets, Shirley. How could you not say that? How could you not speak up, all of you? And then some of the other things tonight, it wasn't bad. We were voting on the businesses, but those should all be hearings first. Hearings first.
Next up is Michael Crowley, followed by Nicole Gooding.
Okay, good evening, Harvey. Lovely faces to see tonight. A lot more faces, a lot younger faces, and a lot of beautiful new people into the building, so I'm glad to see everybody's here. Second, I'd like to welcome myself, Chief Mitchell. Welcome. I would like to also say that thank you for having us get Red Cross out here. Okay, they may not have been the answers that everybody was looking for, but it was a help. Okay, in certain parts, it was a help. Okay, so very appreciative of that effort that was done to help us at that time. Yes, I am sorry that we had all this rain and all these events got canceled and everything, but hopefully we can get a plan to bring them all back. As far as the street department is concerned, what I'd like to know is when we get to these points of potholes, what do we consider a pothole? What do we consider a crater? What do we consider a sinkhole? Ward 1 has a sinkhole right by a church, right by a speed bump. Speed bump doesn't need to be there. You take the speed bump and throw it in the divot. I can't even call it anything else, but you take the speed bump, throw it in there, something else along with it. I've been driving around in the cities, surely over 157th and Green, you have a monitor down. Don't know who did it, but it's a clear cut. It's about $4,000 sitting on the street there, looking really sharp. Okay? I think it's something that needs to be looked at, that maybe we need to get rid of these things. Okay, they help with certain things, not in everything. Alderman Rogers, you made a comment a few weeks ago. Yes, I think we should block off 145th and 146th for all the potholes that are over there and the treacherous driving that we have over there. And I think we need to look at that as possible going forward. Okay? I think that we have a lot of things that we can do in this town, and I'm trying to help out in the area that I live in. I've been covering some yards. Boy, these grasses are still wet. But I think we can, I still do it if we all reach out together. But I'd like to see some more hands on deck. And again, everybody who's here tonight, who's new, come welcome. Seen a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So I feel that residents shouldn't have to guess what their government is doing. Information needed to understand decisions before this council should already be included in certain packets. It's our responsibility as citizens to read those things, and it's the city's responsibility to be able to provide enough information prior to these meetings so that we can have meaningful discussion. Page 19, there are 2 entries for AMZ Construction Group, $54,615 for an evidence room. It looks like a duplicate, either it's a mistake or they were billed twice. We were billed twice. Pages 20 through 24, the city proposes to vacate the 5th that we just heard about, the 5th Street to APA Holdings, LLC. But you didn't tell us what the land was worth, the purchase price, documentation showing what we get in return, and I think that that's bad. Pages 46 through 55, the city is considering renewing that license that we just got talking about. But another thing that we don't have, in addition to the dissent that has been shared by council, we don't see information showing how many jobs currently exist, how many Harvey residents are actually employed there, or what measurable public benefit supports renewing this incentive. We've already seen heard what they've done to our streets. Pages 8 through 19, the bills include more than $100,000 in water-related penalties, and I believe my alderwoman brought this up previously. We have not heard how you guys are going to prevent that from happening again. I also reviewed previous packets. In June 22nd packet, the surplus vehicles seem to have 2 of the same VIN numbers. VIN numbers are unique to one vehicle. How is it that 2 vehicles have the same VIN number? Those are just some of the small things. So you need to show us this before you start selling off things that belong to the citizens. My recommendation is simple. Going forward, I ask that this administration and this council seek to adopt a standard that public packets and could I just have 2 more seconds? It should include invoice numbers, purchase order numbers, claim numbers, contract numbers, appraisal, purchase prices, and other supporting documents when you're asking us to vote on stuff, or even give our opinion on anything. Public comment should be a fact-finding exercise. You hear me? We should already know before we get here what we're going to discuss. All right.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Honorable Council persons. I'm Norman Young White, and actually I was going to speak on the conditions of our roads and uncollected alley garbage. But I walked in on the tail of the report, and I think my concerns have been addressed. I respectfully ask that this continues expeditiously and thoughtfully. I respectfully yield my time.
Just to make sure, is there a John Stokes? And Nicole Gooden?
She left.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to the Alderman report comments. What?
Good evening, everyone, especially my first ward residents. These past 11 days since the storm have been very rough for our residents. The rain that poured down on us was so powerful that many of our residents had their homes flooded. On top of that, the power goes out for almost 2 days. Our mayor was able to get Red Cross to come and see how they could help out. They were able to give snacks, waters, and cleaning supplies to the residents. I did help out the 2 days they were there. They were there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. last Monday and Tuesday. I saw residents from all our wards there, not only First Ward, and also from surrounding communities. The Red Cross could not help out with hot water heaters, washers, dryers, and so forth, but they did register everyone there to ask other organizations to see how they could help out our residents. The Red Cross said that they would call the residents up when they found help from other organizations. This flooding that occurred had the filling of our potholes and our overgrown grass on hold, and the phone calls just kept coming in, which was expected. The First Ward residents that I spoke with were very patient. They just wanted to know why our grass wasn't being cut. And where grass wasn't being cut, and the potholes filled. I thank the street department for doing their best in this situation. They finally were able to get the thoroughfares cut in the First Ward. Thank you, Rick. Permits. Let's talk a little about permits. You need to get a permit to do any kind of work in your home. I will tell you one thing. It's a lot cheaper to pay for a permit than pay for a violation that could cost you $1,000 to $1,500 or even more for doing work without a permit. Inspectors are out even on the weekends, so please come in and get your permits. If you need to get a hold of me, my number is 708-596-7470. Thank you.
Alderperson Key?
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and being able to hang in there this long. You know, really appreciate that. I want to congratulate our new interim chief. Once again, look forward to working with you and seeing that you are transparent, and just remember, as an alderman, I'm here to help. Saying that, I have a disturbing phone call yesterday where I heard, I got a call from a young lady who actually it was her uncle. Her name is Mrs. Harvey. On Wednesday, July 7th, she was getting out of her car with 2 bags of groceries, and 2 rock lovers pulled up on her. This is the only thing on the show. If you look at it, it just passes. Okay, that picture doesn't explain how severe it was. She had multiple wounds on her leg, and it was so spread apart that they couldn't even patch them up and sew them up. So, and she told me what had happened, and there was a report filed. I talked to the mayor today about it, and there hasn't been a response. She's been in Eagles Hospital since Wednesday. She's sitting there, she's crying, she's in a lot of pain. She can't go to work, she can't go to school. She don't know what she's gonna do in her life. It's never gonna be the same. And thank God that we have our animal control back. Believe it or not, there's some other cities out here that don't have animal control either. But people have to be very safe. If you're an owner of a dog, please take care of it. If it was up to me, if your dog get caught outside, I'm taking it. It ain't gonna be no changes. You know, you gotta treat this as critical, this is really getting serious. I've got out of my car many times, sometimes I'm standing outside and I see just the nicest dog, you know, stray dogs are prepared to, dogs that's really being taken care of. And just like when the lady got attacked, you know, and can you imagine how she's feeling? Her life is never gonna be the same. And if you saw the other pictures, it was really gruesome. And I really feel for her and try to do our best to see what type of help we can get for her. But in the meanwhile, is she gonna be able to keep her job? Is she gonna be able to finish school? You know, what is she gonna do on this situation? So I asked that the city act on this immediately, because this was really a shame. With that being said, when it comes to the street department, fire department, you know, water department, you know, all of the department, police department, you know, when we have situations that happen in the area, it's called accountability. If you come in my ward and you put in a potholes, don't stop in my ward because we ran like asphalt, when we get new asphalt, y'all open another ward for them, they finish your mind shit. Or at least just call me and just say, Tracy, we'll be there next week. We'll be there for the grass. Thank you.
Alderman Rogers?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Clerk. And once again, I'd like to say, good evening, everybody, and thank you all for coming out. You know what, it shows, your commitment to this community. When I come in here every 2 weeks and I see, the same faces, and it lets me know about how much you love this community. Now, that being said, I made mention at the last meeting that if you really love this community, we have to do measures and methods a lot different than other communities. This is not Oak Forest, Homewood, Tinley Park, or Orland Park, so we have to behave ourselves differently. We don't have the resources. This is a poverty-stricken community, and I strongly suggest that we as residents, if your lawn is well manicured and the abandoned property next door to you, sometimes we may have to roll our sleeves up and cut that grass. Okay, don't wait on the street department because they're doing the best they can do. Now, there's been a significant amount of fly dumping that's going on. It seems like the people from other communities are coming into our city as soon as our street department can get it cleaned up. Okay, what I've been telling some of my residents, okay, we can take anti-dumping measures, okay? There's solar surveillance cameras. They only cost about $25. I would strongly suggest that, hey, get one of those cameras. We may not be able to stop them, but we can catch them. My wife and I were getting out of church a week ago, and I called the mayor and I called Rick and I let him know. We took photographs. I called the guy. He was in one of them big, looked like a big blue Amazon Prime truck, and he was just slinging stuff out of his truck. Big pieces of debris that they had remodeled somebody's house at. I got the license plate, and I haven't heard anything, but I'm hoping that this gentleman is going to be arrested. There's a significant amount of potholes, and they're not really, should be called potholes anymore. And they're to the point where our streets are just deteriorated down to nothing, when you can't drive. Okay, before somebody gets hurt, or somebody's vehicle is severely badly damaged, I would strongly suggest that we just close the street down, put a barricade up there, and put a sign up there that says detour, and you can take an alternative route. I'd like to thank and congratulate our new chief, Chief Mitchell, for coming to Harvey. I've heard some great things about you, your leadership, and I'm looking forward to seeing a significant change in the crime rate that's going on here. We greatly, badly need it here in the city of Harvey. And my phone number, if you're anybody from the 6th Ward wants to call me, it's area code 708-516-2276. And please believe me, I pride myself on answering every call. And to the young lady that spent $51,000, God bless you.
Now God bless you.
Good evening, Second Ward of the City of Harvey residents. First, I want to extend my heartfelt prayers and condolences to the family and loved ones of Keyshawn Lewis Hunt. You may have seen that on ABC 7. There was a shooting-related incident on 160th and Ashland. So I just want to share my deepest condolences to him and family. I really want to thank all departments. I want to thank the police department, the fire department, I want to thank the streets department. You all have really stepped up in a major way, and I applaud and appreciate your efforts, and I appreciate the open correspondence I have. I just want to continue to edify what that looks like so we can take care of the residents. So thank you all for the job well done. As we continue our recovery efforts, Chief Fisher did mention regarding ComEd, but I also just wanted to make a notation that if you receive SNAP benefits or WIC, IL 444-299A allows you to replace your old food or food that was spoiled. Again, that's IL 444-299A. You can type that in on Google and be able to print off the application. You know, earlier I spoke about the bills list and I've been discussing and detailing the increased expenses. Harvey, we just have to be able to identify what's equitable and what's need-based and what's a want. And right now we're in a huge need. And I do feel, although many maybe have taken the test, I got some young folks right here, I got a bunch of scholars right here. I know if one of these young people took it because they're all magna cum laude at these major universities all across the world. I know for a fact, perhaps we can set up a post-secondary pathway program with all of our local colleges to identify some, progressive young people that can take the test and pass it. I think anything is possible. You just can't spell impossible without possible. So let's focus on what we can do. Speaking of possibilities, the first African-American quarterback is a Harvey native from right here. His name is DJ Williams. Had the opportunity to meet this young man. He was just named an All-American for Southern Illinois University. I do want to close with this. Council Act on June 17th, I sent in an ordinance amending section 6-05-130 of the Harvey Municipal Code regarding multiple pet licenses. That legislation should be coming forward. As I spoke with our corporate counsel, while this does not nullify our issue of vicious dogs. I've had 3 attacks across the second ward, most recently an 11-year-old, last year, January 2025, a 78-year-old one that now has a prosthetic foot. So council, I'm urging you to please vote yes across the board unanimously so that we can put a handle on the vicious animal attacks. 708-320-9214. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. There are a few things that I feel needs to be addressed. Bullying and harassment on social media didn't start with Mayor Shojuinski. It was happening during the Mayor Spark administration as well. Meanwhile, potholes, abandoned buildings, and city financial challenges remain an ongoing issue. No matter who occupies the mayor's office, those problems won't solve themselves. I will say again and again, connect the dots. We all need to focus on finding real solutions. Constantly attacking Mayor Shojuinski only distracts from the work that needs to be done, and many residents are tired of the same political attacks instead of progress. Now let's talk about flooding. Before Mayor Clark took office, we asked the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District for assistance with Harvey's flooding issues, and the grant was approved. Unfortunately, a small group chose to go to MWRD and publicly ridicule and verbally attack officials in person and through the media for political gain. Red Cross tonight just mentioned it was 258 calls. That grant was helped 250 homes from flooding. That approach did not help the residents who continue to suffer from flooding. Instead, it delayed the start of the project and prolonged the hardship for families who are still cleaning up after last week's flooding. Many residents have been forced to throw away personal belongings, pay for expensive cleanup, and make costly repairs to their homes. These are hardworking families who did not choose to experience this ongoing disaster. I'm sure the residents of Myrtle are now grateful they were given the opportunity to opt from bailing water out of their basement and no longer had to endure the devastation that many Harvey residents experienced last week. And by the way, none of those individuals relocated to Harvey. As residents, we should pay close attention to who is genuinely working to improve Harvey and who is simply engaging in political theater. Our focus should always be on doing what is best for every resident of the city of Harvey, not on creating division for political advantage. I hope those who are building water out on their basements have forgotten the role they play in delaying repairs that could have come at no cost to our residents. Lastly, paying $500 monthly to use office space in a church doesn't pay into the tax base of the city should also be considered a financial responsibility of elected officials. So when we talk about wasting money and paying for a church office when you have a part-time job, how's that helping us? $550 a month? That's a lot we can do with that money. First of all, we share probably in the beginning. But so, like I said, again, you should be wise to use that those guys. Because the same person that don't want to fix our streets, the same person that's associated with everything as well. Have a great night.
We're gonna agree to disagree on a lot of things here. No, wait, no. Stop. I'm not letting you go. And I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, I did.
Yes,
You know what?
That's why you shot under the comments and validated the person that was harassing me.
Right.
You know what? We sat here and we're going through this meeting nicely. There is some dialogue. We're not always going to agree. But there is an election coming up. And there has been targeting being done. I don't care. I told everyone last time. You need to pick on somebody. You need to criticize somebody. You need to argue. Don't criticize these guys. Don't criticize those employees. The staff that's working. Criticize me. You have an issue with the city? I'm responsible for the flooding. I'm responsible for everything you want to blame. I'll take it. But I'm going to tell you this. We talk about the flooding. Yeah, Water Reclamation did want to come in and put up a drainage section. They closed the Thornton Creek, the reservoir. We all heard it on the news. We all heard it on the news, flash flooding. Tennessee right now has cars floating down, houses are being done. A lot of things could have been a lot worse in our area. Yes, we suffered, but we reacted. People talk about, why offer permits? Let people do what they want. Well, you know what? Put it to your alderman. Each and every one of you lives in a ward. Each and every one of you over the age of 18 can vote. Ladies, is there a situation going?
Please set the example for my.
Yes, no. I'm talking. I am talking. So we talk about what is transpiring. When we sit here and we listen, and I take notes. If you do not want any permits, no ordinances, talk to your alderman. They can put up a petition, they can put up an ordinance, we'll get the legal, we'll spend the money on legal. So this way we won't have no rules and regulations. If that's what you want, because that's what we need. Why pay the taxes? Why pay this? Why pay that? Why have rules? That's what somebody proposed. Policy and procedure. Everyone here has an opportunity to vote if you are 18 and over. You have a representative to speak your voice. Somebody brought up a good point. We have all these questions. Your job was to bring it up to your alderman, and your alderman is to bring it up if they have any questions. They are your spokesperson, whether you like them or not. Ladies, I am talking. We talk about, the real crime center. We put up a new fence. Oh my God, how many streets do that have fixed? 87,000 grant money. The flock cameras saved lives. We talked about the St. John's, correct me up. Of the speed bump, we got rid of if we got rid of the speed bump because of St. John's, speed bump, right by Lord of Mercy Church. Let me tell you, that's been there for over 20 years. And it keeps getting bigger. And that is because of the drain. The reason why the speed bumps went around there is because of when there was a situation with the shooting at District 205 several years back. They all coordinated in the first ward. And there was probably about 75 cars racing, going rounds in circles with the church. That causes more problems. We put the speed bumps in there to eliminate that. We talk about how somebody mentioned on 157th on Green or 167, one of the flock cameras was gone. It's pretty interesting. Just heard about it right now. I will look into it. Why couldn't anyone call the mayor's office? If you see something, say something. But people want to come up here to let their names to be known. And I find that very disturbing. You say you're proud of being Harvard. This is your community. We talk about the drains. When was the last time that you saw the drain and you saw that it being swept up? There's a lady in the 4th ward. She does the drain in front of her house every week. There's a lady in the 1st ward. Does it in hers. When was the last time you looked at the drains? And swept it and cleared it from the grass cutting or the debris? The grants, as far as the money with the evidence room, that was grant money. And we want standards. But you know what? Standards come from home. Pay your taxes, pay your bills. We wouldn't be in this situation. Take care of your property. Don't drop the grass cuttings in the middle of the street. Pick up the garbage. Oh, but it's so much easier to come here and blame what we're not doing. Oh, let me restate that. What Shirley Drowinski's not doing. But I will tell you this.
She just said blame her.
For those of you who really are serious, and it's not a joke, I hear you. I hear you. And I am implementing new changes. I put the aldermen so you can see your elected officials. And then you have to see. That was one of my issues as an alderman. Let me face, not have my back. Because we are in this as a team. You know, you have to agree, a lot of great ideas came out. Yet, I have every Thursday meet the mayor. And you know who comes in? The average person, 55 and older. These young people, they haven't set it up. They haven't came to see. I love the idea of what you said, training in-house. In order to be an inspector, to be a plumbing inspector, you have to be a plumber. Electrician, you have to be an electrician. I would love to have that. We would love to do it in-house. But it's virtually impossible to find talent for every avenue. That's why a lot of businesses, a lot of municipalities use third parties. I would love to set up a cohort with all the municipalities around here, South Holland, Homewood, Phoenix, who have their own inspectors. Maybe we can do a Southland. I went with the mayors last week. I showed them the crime center. We got the building, the fence around it. we are going to be hosting tours for the residents, so you can see firsthand what this is all about. On 156 in Woodbridge, somebody cut down one of those flat cameras. Only place it happens in Harvey. Everyone else uses it. But you know what? Instead of coming up here and telling me that that flat camera was cut down, they called the alderman right away. Said, hey, wait a minute, something happened to that camera. So we were able to go back and research it. And go through, because that crime center is not open 24/7 like I would love it to be. So I'm offering the suburban mayors to come in so each town can take a day. So it's not a cost, so it's 24 hours. We are getting creative. And these aldermen in front of you, they do communicate with me. And we do react. Kobe, you have a lot of great ideas. Delaney, oh my God, your ideas. Rosa, Alderman Keys. Really? Alderman Keys called me today at 5:30 to tell me about the dog bite. I told him to bring it up today. I'm not trying to hide anything. We're trying to bring it out and forward. The reason why we didn't post that package, our packet, because it doesn't become legal until this board approves it.
It don't need to be legal.
So what is discussed here, this is all hypothetical until your representatives vote on it. That's why we don't do it. Because it's these people sitting in front of you is the ones voting on it. Not you. You have a voice, you share it with your alderman. Your alderman can sit up here, doesn't matter to me, I have no gain, no loss, no gain. This is what people put together, they vote on it. And if there's a tie, I vote that. Alderman Colby asked for the limit of dogs. Oh, absolutely. I gave it to the attorney. The attorney told me that it will be by the next meeting and verified it with her. If we didn't want to do something with the dogs, we wouldn't hire the dog catcher. We got the dog food that was donated. That was donated. If you know somebody that needs dog food, any little bit helps. Make fun of it all you want. But bottom line, some animal can use that. Some resident who actually cares about their dogs or their cats. We have a lady that volunteers. Her name is Cindy. I met her off of Facebook. Wealth of knowledge. Wealth of knowledge. She's not up here calling and complaining. She's doing something about it. She's reached out to me. It's easy to complain. Hello? It's hard to come up with a solution in working together. But there is not a person, not the staff, not the people sitting up here, or the people who are sitting in front of you, that has as much passion and they care. Whether you agree with it or not, they care. So I have my report. God bless. The motion to adjourn.
Amen. Lord have mercy. Okay, y'all, this is a lot to unpack. We're going to unpack this in the next couple of days because this was crazy.